What's up, guys? So I am going to replace the rear rotors and this kit here that holds the handbrake, which is the brake shoes on the Infiniti G35. This is going to be the same process, I guess, for all the Infinitis, but you know, the parts are different. So this one, I'm going to put the link on the description here. My G35X is 2005. I bought the wrong kit first. And anyway, I decided to get rotors with our drilled and vented in here. Some people like the drilled, some people don't. I guess if you're racing, they say that it has less braking power than if you don't have it, because you're losing contact in here. Whatever, I'm not gonna put this car on the track, so it doesn't quite matter. And this here, when I assemble mine, I realized that this here, you're gonna see where it goes. It was very weak and kind of rusty. The springs were not very strong anymore, and anyway, this was ugly and old, so there's no trick here. That's the second time I'm using my quick jacks, so I'm gonna drive the car inside. We're gonna take the wheel off. Just be sure that you secure your car properly so you don't get in trouble. So you see here on the back, there's this bolt here and another one on the bottom. We're gonna take him out. So 19mm breaker bar. Here is a longer bar, and I broke loose before getting the camera, but I'm gonna get the bottom one. So wrenches down here, they're out. Just one quick tip: if you take this bolt here, which releases this part of the brake caliper without the bracket, the bottom one doesn't come off because of this arm here. Then you need to use your jack underneath and lift it up. This way you can take the whole thing out of here and it comes off. Okay, you can rest this in here. Anyway, this should come off. If it doesn't come off like this, hit it with a hammer here, 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 here. It's gonna come loose, and then you got it out. Okay, now this part here is the one that's going to receive those guys here. As you see, we have this little thing which gets in there. We have the bottom spring, the top spring, some lube, and those two guys. And as you see here, this little thing is what we need to move. So I need to move this here until I have this part, and then you turn halfway, push it out. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Half turn, took that off, and now the top part, if I pull it apart a little bit, that little tool come out. Now the spring is gonna come out by itself. That's the top one, and the bottom one, now we just need to pull to the side a little bit, because the bottom has pull up. The bottom has a part that comes from the actual brake, which is actually pull the handbrake on your car. Those are the brake shoes 1 and 2. And this is the bottom spring. This is the new set, of course, and this is the old one. This is what made me actually replace it, because this is not as hard as it was before. That's one. And this is all rusty and wasn't going straight on the hole. So the brake shoes, they need to be tight and tight on the top. So if it's not tight enough, it's gonna keep rubbing inside here, which kinda breaking, right? And you don't want that to happen while you're driving. So I could hear a bunch of noise. So that's the reason why I'm replacing this. I'm gonna put a little bit of this inside this part, which is gonna help it to, one, not seize, and second, lube it. So this goes in there. So So just a little bit. I want this to get into the threads. There you go. So all the way tight at first. We're gonna put in there. So the easiest way is put this middle one first, because that's hard without springs at all. And when you're there you go. Aim like this. Alright, so now we put this top part here. Slide in. That's easy. Be sure that everything is connected. And now we're gonna go for the first spring. So we need a pair of pliers. So you hold from the top, pull, and let it in. Just be sure to push it in. There you go, until it goes all the way down. So we're good there. And now this here, you gotta go from the top of this mount on the bottom, and of course below the bearing. And you put one side on the hole. There you go. And now we go to the other side, and you're gonna go do the same thing. Pair of pliers, pull this. All right. I'm gonna show you something. So see how it is there, but it is not. See that? I need to go all the way. So I need to push this until it is all the way there. Okay? Like the other side. See, the other side is totally in there. See, that one is totally in there. Same thing. So that one gotta be the same thing. Usually you get your pair of pliers, push in here. Done. There you go. So we are done there. Now we're gonna put the calipers. The kit comes with brake fluid. Not quite sure why. This is for my camera. And brake parts cleaner. So we're gonna spray brake parts cleaner on a shop towel, and we're gonna clean this guy here just to be sure that we get the best from the get-go. Okay, there's no secret here. The only thing is this little hole you need to put between those two guys here, because if you want to adjust those brakes later, that's where you're going. So with the drum in, with the disc, now you go to your old one. There's a little piece of rubber here on this hole, on that extra hole. See it right here? So you're gonna just punch it out. There you go. And this is gonna go right in here. So now we're done with this. Okay, just push with the screwdriver, goes in the hole. Now that's the tricky part. There are drums in here. When you need to replace your brakes, you just pull them out and take them out of here. But now there's a drum right in here, and we need to pull back in place. So what we do is we just gently with the screwdriver pull it in. It's almost like someone is pushing the brake. So if the brakes are not here, usually we got a 2x4 and do that. But it's just like this. You don't need to pull the life out of it. Just a little bit. And hold. Find a little piece of metal or wood and hold tight in there. Let me see if I can put this piece of wood there now. Yep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in here and hold and push to the inside. I'm just holding, not making, I'm putting all my Superman power there. So let's see if this is enough. Woohoo. There you go. Reverse what we did before. Put the top bolt, and then we're gonna get the bottom one. Here, because the brakes are tight, see, you gotta either use your hands and see if you can find where it goes, or you can use a mallet and do it. And the only thing that's left for us is to tighten that way. And for the bottom one, if you get a long socket, you get away with it. You just need to be careful, because if you are tightening and you got loose and you hit the brake line, that's gonna be a goner. So here I need to be sure, using a long wrench like this, I know that's gonna be tight enough. Using a wrench by hand, just not so much. Yeah, there you go. I broke a finger doing this once, so be very careful. There you go. Alright guys, so that's it. It worked perfectly, apart from the brake shoes I had. They were for this car, 2006, and somehow it is a little bit different. So I needed to use the old ones. Thankfully I saved it. So I bought everything wrong. I'll put everything correct on the link down here. Links on the description, just in case you have you can either buy on Amazon or just go to AutoZone, O'Reilly's, you know, whatever you want, and search for that part number, and they're gonna give you whatever you need. So alright, this baby's good now. This tire, this wheel is back in place. I'm gonna do the other side, but I'll let it go. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I really appreciate your guys' support. Later.
Look past my face. Se status, I'm eating some McDonald's.